Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone mission video. And on this video I'm going to show you the best and easiest ways in which to take out the mission that's called Nose Down, They Feed You. Now then, I have already got a video that covers this particular mission, but I only showed one particular run using a very nearby horde. On this video, I'm going to show a great number of methods because you really can have some fun with this particular mission. Now, this particular mission all focuses around the fact that Copeland's camp has been attacked and Manny, their only mechanic, has been taken hostage, and Deke has to do something about this. Now, for this particular mission, as you can see on screen, you have 12 marauders and a really angry rager bear to take care of on this mission. But there is so many good ways of taking out this mission that this most certainly warrants a full video that shows the full range of things that you can do. Because they do range from some just very novel ways of doing things to some just absolutely solid, safe methods that just get the job done very easily. And the one with the BFG is by far the best of the lot. But anyhow, before I get to the action, just a couple of things that I want to point out. The first is that I am taking this on Survivor 2 difficulty, so this is as difficult as it will ever get. And as well as this, I'm only using weapons that would be available to me at the time we're taking on this mission. But of course, because this is one of the very last missions in the game, yeah, you have the full range of weapons available to you. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Right then, in order for this mission to be unlocked, you have to wait until you get a radio call from Copeland, and you normally get this radio call just after you've completed the mission that is called Keep Them Safer, when you take out the Iron Butte Horde. But as you can see, I have the icon on the map here just highlighting Copeland's camp, so just going to head over in here and see what is said, because this is how it all starts.
I know. Let him in.
Come on, get him inside.
What happened?
Got hit again. Squatters off the highway. We've got to get some men together, go after them.
Don't look at me, it ain't my problem.
They've got Manny.
You sent Manny on a supply run.
I just run the camp, Deke. I don't tell folks how to live their lives.
Go to hell, Cope!
Right then, that is the mission officially started, and I'm just going to bring up on the map exactly where it is I need to go. And as you can see, it's a very short bike ride indeed, but in order to speed up this video, I'm just going to get the bike straight over there, and we'll start from here. Now, I will show the route to get down to one particular spot, and then from there it's going to become a sort of sliding doors moment where I start every time from this particular position. But I'm just going to show a number of the things that I'm going to be using, because obviously I've got the BFG, Chicago Chopper, SMP-9, remote bombs are there, I've got Molotovs. You'll see throughout the course of all these runs exactly what I'm going to be using every time, but this particular section here is just showing the route in order to get down to where all the action starts. Now, there is two routes that you can actually take to get down here, but I'm going to follow the one that the story mission expects you to follow. You can go down that way. There is less to contend with, but I like to take this one at the moment because it keeps everything at a constant. If you go down the other way, there is a couple of deer. I think one of them is usually dead, but the other one tends to run down towards the four freakers that are in a particular section. And this can sometimes set off a number of events that don't go for you when trying to take out this mission. And I'll be quite honest, as much as the easy solution is just to shoot the deer, I don't really like to do that. There are certain things in this game, even though it is just a game, but there are certain things I don't like shooting. The wildlife like that I like to leave, and I don't like shooting newts either. But anyhow, I've got through that section. There is a noise trap down here. Be mindful of it. Just take care of it with one cut, and after this you have these 4 freakers every time that have to be taken out. Well, you don't have to take them out, but you might as well. If you don't take them out, again, they can actually give you problems, because they'll start heading over to where the marauders are. The marauders will start to get wary, and they'll basically, their awareness will be heightened of anything that's coming into the camp, so you don't want that. So, here we go. Every run that I show from here on in is going to start at this particular point, because I don't see the point in showing all of this every single time. So, let's get on with the first run. Right then, the first run is all about using the Rager. It's a clever way of getting the job done here, and it is actually quite a lot of fun. It's certainly not the safest, but at the same time, it's certainly not a bad method at all for taking out this mission. So, I'm going to start by taking out the lookout up there that has the sniper rifle. Never a bad thing to do, in fact. I think virtually all my runs, I take out that particular marauder first. It just makes sense. But right now, I'm just looking to head around the outskirts here. Now, I'm going to take that one out just so that I make sure I'm definitely not seen. The majority of the marauders in this camp are in the bottom section. But you know what? This one up here as well, I want them taken out of the picture. And yeah, I have the BFG, I might as well use it. For closer range shots, yes, I'm definitely going to use something like the Chicago Chopper or the SMP-9. My god, this is Rager Central. I've just fucking seen that thing there. Bloody hell. Okay. This lot better get ready, because there's another one going to be coming into this camp pretty damn soon. But before I can trigger the rescue scene, I have to clear all the nearby hostages to Manny. And these 2 should do it, because the rest of them are out of range.
I wasn't gonna let him kill you. Besides, who the hell else around here knows how to rebuild a carburetor? Just back up. Nice and slow. Don't make a sound.
And here we go. I now have an extremely ferocious attractor in this camp for the marauders to try and take care of. Good luck to them. They're going to need it, because this bad boy doesn't go down without quite a fight. Or at least not with the marauders. Now, I am going to take the time to take out some of the targets while they are concentrating on the Rager. All I'm really looking for here is for them to ideally do a bit of damage to the Rager so that it's a bit easier. But do you know what? It's yeah, you know, that one over there, they're going to get it, because that's a problematic marauder with that particular weapon. But yeah, this Rager is doing quite a good job here, and because I have the BFG, this thing is going to get it in a big way. If you're going to take out this particular animal, do make sure to set it on fire first. And now, just going to go to town with the BFG. Given that it's already taken a bit of damage off the marauders, there we go. Job done. So, at this point, I would normally stop each run once Manny starts heading away, because all you've got to do is to escort Manny back up to the bike. But because this is the first run, I am going to let this one play out in full. So there is a bit of dialogue that's going on here, and yeah. Oh, I can't get over that sight. It's something else. However, let's get Manny back up to the
Assholes
bike,
with guns out here, man.
and
Ain't
this
not
will
many know how to
eventually
fix
finish the
shit
mission.
that they ride
But
around on.
this is a very good method for going about taking out this mission for sure. There's not really that much that you have to do. When the Rager does come into the equation, it's a damn good attractor for the rest of the Marauders, and you can just pick them off. Or you could just leave them to fight to the death with the Rager, because truth be told, if I hadn't have taken out some of those Marauders, they possibly could have taken out the Rager themselves. But more often than not, the Rager usually wins, because there's not one of them lot that have a BFG at their disposal. So this does take a while, but there's not much to do. I've had, like, I think one freaker that I've had to take out. You may get 2 or 3 if you're really unlucky, but it's not a problem.
Yeah. Hey, Deke, I owe you, man. I'd be dead right now if you hadn't...
Manny, nose down.
Nose down. They feed you.
Now get the hell out of here.
And there we have it. That is nose down, they feed you, taken care of. That is the only time I'm going to let the mission play out to the finish like that. The rest of the runs are going to show me taking out the camp and taking out the Rager. And here we go for this second run. This is the one that I wholeheartedly recommend. It is the safest by far. It is the most efficient. It's one of the most enjoyable as well. This particular sniper rifle, the BFG, especially with this camp, is one shot, one kill stuff. That you don't have any heavies in this camp at all. So, given the amount of cover that you have when going into this camp, because the amount of bush sections here is unbelievable, you really are spot for choice. I'm looking to get over to this section here to take out the majority of them. I will eventually move, but right now I'm just looking for any moving targets. That is, once I've eyed up what's going on here. Yeah, there is a few over to my left. I'll start with those two. They're quite close. Now, that one there, okay, I've sparked his interest. Good night. Now, the ones that are down here below the main platform area, might as well take some of these out. That Marauder that I've just taken out there, that is the most heavily armoured one that you'll get. And even that one was just a one-shot job, so. Now, the one up by Manny, might as well take care of that one. Save Manny a bit of pain there, because he was getting a few slaps. Yep. There's definitely going to be at least another one down here. The only trouble with this mission is you do not get a body count as you're taking them out. Which is a bit of an annoying factor when, given that there is 12 Marauders to take out. But I think the last of these Marauders are going to be over to my left, because there is normally a few in this, the bottom section down here. Yep, 1, 2, there we go, they're all there. I don't think there's any more than these last 3. And can I get this one? Yeah, just clipped them, but enough to get the job done. So, that is the camp completely cleared of the Marauders. At least I think it is. So all I have to do now is to head over to Manny, and this will trigger the next scene with the Rager.
Hi, Manny.
I wasn't gonna let him kill you. Besides, who the hell else around here knows how to rebuild a carburetor? Just back up. Nice and slow. Don't make a sound.
Yep, no surprises what's coming here, folks. I have the BFG. I just need to make sure that I get a Molotov in play here. I want to set this bad boy on fire, and then I'm just going to go to town with the BFG, and this won't take long. Once I actually throw a fucking Molotov that hits the target, that is shit, because it's a big target, let's be honest. But there we go. Super efficient. That is this mission pretty much taken care of. So, last thing that I have to do, head over here, and it's just a case of escorting Manny. But as I mentioned before, I am going to be finishing the video around this point here. So
what the hell happened?
just going to pass this bear again just for the hell of it. Okay, on to the third method. Now, very unusually, I'm going to show the setup for this particular one because you have to take a very specific route. And if you've seen my last video on this particular mission, you'll know what this is going to be about, because I'm looking to get a horde into play. But I'm going to be, or at least I'm going to try and be efficient and show exactly where this lot are going to spawn from, because the mission hasn't actually started yet. So this is the perfect time to head over to the area, because the horde can't actually get into this particular camp until you blow up a particular section that they're stuck behind. So I'm going to head over to this area and set a remote bomb before the mission starts. It's the perfect way of doing it. It's the safest way of doing it. So just need to head over to this area here. And now just going to head on down. So as you can see, I've got plenty of remote bombs. At this stage in the game as well, you'll actually be able to craft remote bombs. It's not a case of you actually have to find them. As long as you've got the crafting materials to get the job done, then yeah, not a problem at all. And this time, I'm actually going to take this route. It's handy just to show everybody what you're actually going to be facing when you go this way. There's a lot less to contend with. Normally, this is the area that you would see the two deer, and there is, if I can see it, I've actually just, sorry, it's not there because the mission hasn't started yet, but there would be a noise trap in that area. Now, this particular section, it's right along here that you have to go, and at the very start of the game, you'll remember Boozer and Deke taking this way in order to get to Leon. But right now, my eyes are on the prize.
Yeah, nice bunch of
And what do you know?
thieves and murderers.
Holy shit.
Huh?
Superb. There is a hostage situation here. Ow. There's a lot of them. You know what? I'm going to take care of this. Oh my god, one of them's over the cliff. You fucking bitch. I'm sorry. That was freaking pretty nasty to see there. But this is fantastic to show, because this is a really good spot for rescuing some hostages. Now, I wasn't actually aware at first that there was 4 of them. If I had been a little bit quicker there, good God, I could have done some real good for one of the camps. In fact, this one is especially good to know about if you've just arrived at Lost Lake recently, because there is missions where you have to come back to Copeland's. You could potentially rescue these 4 hostages if a situation arises like this, and get 4,000 trust points for Lost Lake very early on. So I'm absolutely delighted that I've found this particular spot. I know of most of the hostage areas in the game, but that one I genuinely wasn't aware of. So yeah, that's a fantastic thing to be able to show in this video. But right now, this is what all the hassle has been about, coming down here early for. I want that remote bomb. Just, yeah, there, that will do nicely. And that is ready for this particular run. So let's get back over to the start point where I would normally start every run from. So again, there's that clue there. You don't actually have to activate that particular one, but I just do it for the hell of it. Now, this first one here, I've got the BFG, the suppressor is on. You don't even have to get close for that particular shot. Just wanted to show that, but I'm not looking to take out too many of the marauders here at all. I just want to get to one particular spot, and then I am going to let this horde loose on this lot. But very important, if you're going to let the horde loose, make sure that you get the marauder that is beside Manny. I do not want any of the horde getting up to Manny's position, because they can kill Manny. It is possible. It doesn't happen every time, but I have had some runs where it goes pear-shaped. So if it does happen, obviously that's the mission failed. And if you are playing this on a permadeath run, I would say that would be it. That would probably be your game over. But yet to find out about that yet. The remaster has not been released yet. But here we go. I'm in position now, so let's get the horde out to play. So I can take a look at the action here, what's going on. I can even take the time to take out one or two of the marauders if I need to. That one there, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to take him out just for the hell of it, because he's a little bit too close to my position. I don't want the horde this far up. Okay, so far so good. No, I can't see there being too many more left. So I'll just head up over to the area. If there is any more marauders by any chance, they're going to have a slight problem with the Rager that's going to come into the equation in just a minute. So the only thing that will stop me from going to the cutscene here right now will be any of the horde that are nearby. But in this case, they must be far enough away. If they were underneath the platform, this particular section simply will not happen. So again, I am talking over this time because this particular cutscene plays out every single time, and I'd just like to show it anyways. Who doesn't want to see a flippin' Rager bear? There we go. It's just like saying, bring it on. So, again, this is going to be a job with the BFG. Try and get this thing first time with the Molotov. That's more like it, Boris. No, I'll just go to him. And okay, a little bit unusual, but this does sometimes happen. That is a reacher. Yep. I am going to have to take care of that as well.
It's clear.
And these bad boys can give you a lot of problems. But you know what? I'm just going to be really nasty here. Just go with the Chicago chopper. I could have let loose with the BFG, but you know what? Chicago chopper's there to be used, so. And that's it. Okay, on to the next method, and this one is one of my favourites. Incendiary bolts. I don't use them with every single mission near the very end, because in some cases there is missions where a lot of the enemies are heavies, and you're not always going to get them with one shot. But this camp, oh my god, they're all at the mercy of these bad boys. Now, fantastic weapon to use in a camp like this. Extremely quiet, apart from the screams coming from the marauders, of course, while they're burning to death, but hey, just an occupational hazard. I know, I sound so fucking awful, but a job's got to be done. This lot have kidnapped Manny, and they have to pay. So at this point, I'm just taking a look, seeing where my next victims are going to come from. Probably going to be the ones down at the bottom section of the camp area. And yeah, I'm going to need some more bolts here. Now, this is one of the times where I can actually gauge properly exactly how many Marauders I've killed. I started off with 5 Incendiary bolts, and I know there's 12 Marauders to take out. So, as long as I'm taking out one Marauder with every single bolt, when I have to reload again for the final time, I will know there is just one left. Unless, of course, I miss a shot. But so far, this hasn't been the case. And yeah, this is one of the few times that you can gauge exactly how many Marauders are left. There is another method that I'm going to use where I can also do this. And it's not residue bolts, by the way. You just don't know what's going on once you start battles with those. So, right now, there we go. I know I've used 11 Incendiary bolts. I know there is just one enemy left to take out. That's him right there.
Hi, Nanny. I wasn't gonna let him kill you.
Now, this is where I'm going to change things up a wee touch. Because this is something I haven't talked about yet. Because in the past I have been using the BFG, there's been no issues with the Rager. But I assure you, when trying to take this Rager on with the likes of the Chicago Chopper, the SMP-9 and whatnot, it takes rather a lot of bullets. So, there is a very good solution to this. I'm going to get the Rager's attention. And yeah, there is a Horde over here that up until now, I haven't been using to take out the Rager. Because, I'll be perfectly honest folks, it's a damn sight easier to take out a 20 strong Horde than one of these Ragers. And once this Horde gets to play on this Rager, they take out this Rager every single time. I just need the numbers over. I have plenty of items that can take care of the rest of this Horde when they do their job. So I've got the attractor bomb at the ready. I know it's a 20 strong Horde, and there we go. That's the Rager done. So I've just got these ones that didn't quite respond to the attractor bomb. That does sometimes happen, but there we go. The rest of them done. And now I can very safely head over to Manny and escort him back to the bike. And for the record, for the next 2 runs that I'm going to show that also that employ bolts, that's how I'm going to take out the Rager every time. Right then, on to another fantastic option, and this is all about poison bolts. Now, I haven't shown that many missions where I use these simply because of the fact that poison bolts are not unlocked until very near the end of the game. There is a mission where you eventually have to go and pick up some hemlock from the far south of Highway 97, and after that, yes, these bad boys are unlocked. So, let's get to it. Okay, that's very unusual. I've never seen a Marauder that high up this camp before, but I would say it's probably to do with some freakers that have been about in the area. That does sometimes happen. And okay, do you know what? Yep, this is kicked off. Screw it, I'm just going to go with this. I don't have the element of surprise anymore, or at least not for the first lot, but I'm just waiting to see who comes up. Do you know what? They don't seem that interested. That's bizarre, because that was quite a bit of noise there. Do you know what? I'm not complaining. I was prepared for all-out war there, should it come to that, but no, just going to get on with this. Yep, a good shot. Now, I started off with 6 poison bolts, so I know that when I eventually have to, yep, I'm going to have to rearm with more. I know at this point, because I've hit the target every time, I've taken out 6 of the 12 Marauders, so yeah, this is the only other time that I'll have the luxury of being able to keep an eye on what is going on with the Marauder count. But yep, they're very well aware of where I am now, but I don't care. Bring it. This lot are not going to take long. It doesn't take long for the poison bolts to have an effect. So there we go. I've got one poison bolt left, so I know there's just one more person to take out, and it's what the hell is that one doing? Okay. Take your time, Boris. There we go. That should be them all. Okay, let's just head over to Manny. And then, as I mentioned before, again, I am going to use the Horde in order to take out the Rager.
I wasn't gonna let him kill you. Besides, who the hell else around here knows how to rebuild a carburetor? Just back up. Nice and slow. Don't make a sound.
Right then. Same plan as before. Chicago chopper. Just get a few rounds off. Do a little bit of damage as well. Not a great deal, but do you know what? It's all good. It's just to get the Rager heading in the right direction. And again. Yep, another Rager there. Okay. I think it's remembering certain areas that I've taken out Ragers in the past. Okay, and that was the wrong weapon thrown. That's the curse of the inventory wheel. Fucking hell. Okay. Now we have the explosion, and yes, fantastic. The Horde were actually waiting there. That is it. I can let them do their thing. Any stragglers that come up my way, yeah, they will get it. Here come the rest. So, I will take out a few of their numbers this time. I might not even need an attractor bomb for this lot this time. Okay, I've just parked myself into a corner, but you know what? That's grand. They've all done their job. Yep, the Chicago chopper does a very good job with the Horde here. And you'll probably notice while the Horde are attacking the Rager, Manny actually gives you an update on how close they are to killing the Rager. Even though you're not doing a thing, he always lets you know when the Rager is just about toast. So, anyways, on to the last method. And yeah, I can't possibly do one of these missions without showing a run involving residue bolts. As I've said many a time, this is, in my opinion, the most underrated weapon in the entire game. You have residue bolts at your disposal. You can make light work of most of the missions. It really is a fantastic piece of kit to have at your disposal. So, let's get the action started for this last run. That one, as always, is going to get it, just so that he's no longer a problem. And after this, it just goes totally random. Whoever I can see that I can get a clear shot on, they're going to get it. I've got plenty of residue bolts to work with here, so just want to get over to a spot as well where I can see a little bit of the action. So that one there is already, he's not under the influence, and damn, missed with that shot, but never mind. If you come to these missions, always make sure that you've got plenty of materials in order to craft plenty of whatever it is you're using. And at this stage in the game, yeah, you're never going to be struggling. But yes, there is no way of telling exactly how many Marauders are being taken out, because you can't keep track of everything that's going on. All you can do is just get more of them under the influence, keep them fighting. Every time you've got one of these under the influence, guaranteed that particular marauder is going to die. You just hope that they're going to take out a few people before they go. Yeah, this is starting to resemble something from a Quentin Tarantino movie here. They're flipping all firing at each other. At one point there I thought I was watching Reservoir Dogs. But yeah, any that come into the picture here, yeah, they're going to get it. And again, it's just a nice leisurely way of taking out this camp. The only thing that does give you a good indication of when you have virtually no marauders left is when you have somebody who is under the influence of a residue bolt and they don't have any targets. Because all of a sudden the firing stops. You'll see them running around like a lunatic. And yeah. You know you've just about got them all. And I would say that is possibly all of them, with the exception of that one at the moment. So, just going to head over here. Yeah, this is definitely the last one. So, do I put her out of her misery? Damn, she got the drop on me. I was looking for the screen prompt there for a stealth kill, but it didn't come. Never mind. When you've got the superior metal axe, it's never a problem. Okay.
Hi, Manny. I wasn't gonna let him kill you. Besides, who the hell else around here knows how to rebuild a carburetor? Just back up. Nice and slow. Don't make a sound.
And for the final time, let's get this horde into play once more. It's just the most common sense way of taking out the Rager. You're saving on a huge amount of resources and saving on a huge amount of time as well. The Ragers really are quite... if you don't have a BFG, they take a fair old bit of killing. Why make life difficult on yourself? But this lot here, fucking hell, they must be sleeping. Come on, boys, get out, do your job. Bloody slackers, I don't know. Yeah, track the bomb at the ready. A little bit earlier than the last time. Yeah, I'll just get it out now, even though the Rager is not taken care of just yet. That worked out pretty damn well there. Superb. Bomb just went off just as they had taken out the Rager. Because I don't think the attractor bomb itself there actually took out the Rager. It maybe helped, because obviously the Rager would take some damage from that, but it wouldn't have been enough to kill that there. But that's it, folks. That brings me very nicely to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.